All right, we're going to talk about the growth and development of toddlers today in this lesson. As soon as I can get this a little bit bigger so we can see it. All right, so starting out here, it says being able to get around more easily allows toddlers all kinds of new experiences. Each new experience helps toddlers grow and develop even more. Physical growth. Toddlers continue to grow taller and heavier. There are other physical changes as well. Their bones and muscles become much stronger. The spine becomes more erect. Toddlers also lose some of the baby fat they had as infants. All these changes make moving easier for toddlers. And I think we were talking about in class the boppy seats that toddlers sit in, and it helps make their spine stronger. Toddlers begin to walk at different ages. Some may start before their first birthdays. Others may not walk until they're 15 or 16 months old. Neither case is abnormal. Once toddlers begin to walk, they are hard to stop. Their walking is not the most graceful. They may wobble from side to side. Sometimes they may forget what they are doing and just fall over. Walking improves with practice. By the time toddlers reach their third birthdays, their walk is steady and upright. So that's why when they wobble like that, that's why they call them toddlers. They like toddle around, they wobble. Toddlers may start climbing sometimes around their first birthdays. They may climb furniture and steps. They learn to climb up more quickly than they learn to climb down. By the second birthday, most toddlers learn to run. They also begin to operate wheel toys. Today, our toddlers gain more and more hand coordination. They can throw balls, although they are not good at catching them. They can fill boxes with small objects. They can stack building blocks and put pegs in a pegboard. Toddlers can also turn knobs and open jars. They're all that are not tightly sealed, so that's why they make like the child-proof containers for like pill bottles and stuff. Toddlers begin eating with a spoon, not a second, with a spoon at about 15 to 22 months old. They also begin drinking from a cup. Eating requires much coordination. Toddlers can do well eating food with their fingers. So like a lot of toddlers will eat like finger food. When they use a spoon, they may miss their mouths or the food may spill before it gets to the mouth. With time, eating skills improve. And I think I have a picture of all three of my kids at some point when they were sitting in a high chair trying to use spoons and stuff, and it just wears them out at first because it's a lot of hand-eye coordination and it's frustrating for them, and then they just tire out and then they fall asleep. So it does take time. All right, intellectual growth. Some toddlers begin to talk soon after their first birthdays. Others may take much more time. Names of loved ones are usually their first words. These words are usually one of the two syllables. Toddlers they may substitute their own words for longer words, such as Nana for grandmother. Toddlers may also have trouble pronouncing certain words. They may substitute their own sounds. For example, they may say wed for red. As toddlers grow, their speech usually improves. Toddlers, toddlers understand more words than they can say. They can point to their heads, feet, and toes when you ask them. However, they may not be able to say all these words. Toddlers learn to say words by listening and imitating what they hear. By 18 months of age, many toddlers may use one or two word sentences. After the second birthday, toddlers may begin to use sentences with three or more words. Toddlers learn more and more about how things work. They begin to learn how to apply what they know to meet a goal. For instance, the toddler may want a toy that is on a blanket. The toddlers may know that pulling a string attached to a toy makes the toy come closer. They may allow the toddler to realize that pulling on a blanket will bring the toy closer. Toddlers also start to compare objects. They can tell when two objects are the same color or different colors. They understand how round objects are similar. They can be rolled. Understanding concept about objects helps toddlers make sense of the world around them. So yeah, even at between the ages of 1 and 3, they're learning about the world around them, which is really cool. It's kind of like physics and stuff that they're learning. See, you learn so much stuff when you were little, and you're still learning. Okay, social and emotional growth. They put this in the same category. In our last unit, we had it was separated, and you'll see why as I go through this. As with infants, toddlers care most about their parents and other close caregivers. However, toddlers begin to enjoy playing with other children their age. Improved language and physical skills may make playing with other children more fun. Toddlers do not tend to play with each other in a structured way. So if you're ever in like a preschool situation or you're at a babysitter's, like uh, maybe picking up a younger sibling, you'll see that these toddlers do not usually play together. They are more likely to play with separate toys as they sit next to each other. Toddlers are building stronger self concepts. They are beginning to realize that they can make things happen, that they can, the toddler. Toddlers are proud of their own accomplishments. They might include feeding or dressing themselves. Toddlers may also enjoy saying no to many things. They may not even mean no. These toddlers are learning that they can control what happens by saying a word. And I saw a video one time that they were doing that with a toddler. They're like, do you want peas? The toddler would say no. Do you want carrots? No. Do you want squash? No. Do you want green beans? No. And then, do you want ice cream? No. And then the toddler was like, yes. No, no, yes. Like they didn't know because they were saying no to everything. As toddlers build their self concept, their emotions may be strong. They're happy and proud when they can do what they want. On the other hand, they get frustrated easily when things don't go well. So if you've ever seen a temper tantrum from a child, like falling on the floor and just screaming or throwing a fit, sometimes I see that at the grocery store and I'm like, oh boy, you poor parent. Okay, so sometimes anger may lead to temper tantrums. Toddlers will scream, cry, and jump around. Most times, the toddler is not angry at any one person. The child is just angry because things are not working the way he or she wants them to. Toddlers continue to love the people around them, and they need much love from others. If others do not show toddlers love, they begin to feel unwanted. If toddlers are shown love, even when they throw temper tantrums, they will be able to get past their angry stages. They will become more confident and learn to accept themselves as they are. Okay, so here's a little scenario here, a little situation. Let's see how they handle this. Sita, a 2-year-old, wanted to dress herself without any help. However, she could not yet button her shirt. The more she tried, the angrier she became. Her mother tried to help her, but that just made Sita even angrier. She screamed and stomped her feet in frustration. Finally, she quieted down. Sita's mother hugged her. Then she helped Sita button her shirt. So, did Sita's mother do what she was supposed to do? Because Sita was extremely frustrated because she couldn't do something on her own. I think so. She after Sita quieted down, Sita's mother hugged her, so that reassures her that she's loved still, no matter if she threw a little fit. And then she helps Sita button her shirt. And in some cases, like if you're at the store, you might handle that situation a little bit differently. Okay, and that's going to be the end of the video for today. So once again, we talked about social and emotional growth. So socially, toddlers are not able to play together yet because they don't quite understand it. Emotionally, we talked about like they build stronger self concepts, and they realize they can do things on their own, even though they may become frustrated. And then back here, we were talking about intellectual growth. They're learning about, and this is crazy because they're learning English language arts skills as toddlers with the syllables. And like instead of saying wed, they're able to use the proper speech and say red. And this is between 1 and 3 years old, this is happening. And then the other thing we were talking about was like their physical growth. Motor skills are pretty important. You couldn't, more than likely, you're not going to hand a toddler a pair of scissors and then be able to cut out a shape of a heart or a star because they don't have those motor skills yet. So, simple skills like eating, that's part of physical growth. Walking is a big thing for toddlers for physical growth. So, that is the end of the lesson for the day.